So, Brendan Fraser has a movie called The Whale coming out, and many are calling it his big comeback movie. This is the movie that's going to push him back into the limelight, get his Hollywood path back on track. And it's even starting to get some Oscar buzz. I mean, they've done a couple small premieres for this movie, and he gets standing ovations for his performance in that movie. It's apparently really good. It's out now in theaters, well, some of them. It's not in every theater. I don't quite get why that is. I would have to drive over an hour to go see this movie. And that's just not something that I'm willing to do, because then it becomes almost like a day, like a whole day event. I want to be able to just drive, and I'm close to theaters. It's not like I'm far away from theaters, but theaters that are carrying this movie are far from me. You know, if I can go to a theater, drive there and back, let's say 15 minutes, 20 minutes, that's not too bad. 20 there and back, so 40 minutes. And then you've got the movie. If it's a 2-hour movie, make sure you add on 20 minutes to that for the previews, because those are like 20 to 30 minutes now. So, you add all that time up, and it takes a big chunk out of your day. This is the reason why I don't want to go watch Avatar. Avatar, I got to drive there and back, and then previews, plus the 3 hours and like 15 or 20 minute time that the movie runs. That's an all-day event at this point. And I wasn't even hyped for the first one. The first one, I didn't really care for it. I thought it was like okay, mid-tier. Why would I want to go waste half my day on that movie? And it isn't a knock on it. If you enjoyed Avatar, that's great, but I just don't feel like investing that much time into a movie. Now, I would like to see The Whale, but it's not in every theater. I wish it was, but apparently, I'll see it someday. I'm sure it'll be on streaming services sooner rather than later. But apparently his performance is very, very good in it, and people are praising it, saying it's amazing. If you didn't know, it's basically about a broken man, and I'm going to show you more on this because the director's speaking out. It's an overweight, broken man who's looking to change his life and reconnect with people. And it's been called a story of empathy. However, there's been a complete meltdown over this movie. Here's BuzzFeed News. The Whale portrays fatness as a monstrosity. The film is fixated on the main character's fatness. Well, he is. Are we supposed to just ignore that? It's a part of the story. It's a part of the story. You see, a lot of these critics, they want to focus on this lie that someone like this, that's, I don't know how big he's supposed to be in the movie, 600 pounds, okay? This healthy at any size lie, you're not healthy if you have to put an oxygen tank and use it to breathe, which he does. It's literally in this picture right here. Do they have it? There's a picture of him wearing an oxygen mask, or at least just the one you put on your nose, like right there. That's not healthy, all right? I don't see the problem with highlighting that, but these people, they want to put their head in the sand and not acknowledge these things. So they're having legit criticism, it's not legit criticism, it's asinine criticism of the size of the character. Let's see it right here. This is talking about the people mad about it. But BuzzFeed, of course, put this out. So this is something that the movie is being harmed on in its reviews. These people that are mad that, okay, you've got an heavily, majorly overweight character here. And the director is coming out and saying, no more of this bullshit. This isn't what's going on here. Leave my movie alone. Because there was more than just the overweight meltdown. People are also mad that Brendan Fraser is playing a 600-pound man. And the director defends all of this. I'm going to go over it. And he's right. He says people have been using makeup in movies since the beginning of the medium. And he's 100% right. This idea that you have to be something to play it is stupid, and it's ruining Hollywood, among many other things that are ruining Hollywood. But the idea that you have to get a 600-pound man to play a 600-pound man is ridiculous. Number one, being 600 pounds, you're extremely unhealthy. You probably can't even walk very well. How are you going to have them shoot a movie, which still, is a task? It takes some endurance. Now, Brendan Fraser isn't the slimmest man, but he's still in much better shape than a 600-pound man. So I'm sure that he's actually lost a lot of weight. But it's just like, it's not really that big of a deal. But people are making it into a big deal. And the director comes out and says, no, Brendan Fraser is the right man for the job here. Brilliant casting. He's who we wanted. And using makeup, that's been done forever. So shut up. Now, he didn't say shut up, but you can tell he's sick of this shit because it's hurting his movie in the reviews. Some people still care about critic reviews, and they're seeing more negative reviews. Most people don't even read the reviews, so they're assuming it's a bad movie when really this is, from what I've seen, it looks like a great movie. And the critics are melting down because it portrays a fat person in negative light sometimes. When really, as the director says, it's a film about empathy and transformation and forgiveness, which is a good story to tell. We wanted to create a fully worked out character who has bad parts about him and good parts about him. I mean, that's a good character, but these people don't want that. It needs to be all good parts. And this is not good storytelling. But he says it right here, actors have been using makeup since the beginning of acting. That's one of their tools when asked about anticipating the reaction when casting Fraser in the role. And then he goes on to talk about the process of the fat suit, which they put a lot of work into. He even says it right here, like talking about the size of the character. People with obesity are generally written as bad guys or as punchlines. We wanted to create a fully worked out character who has bad parts about him and good parts. Charlie's very selfish, but he's also full of love and is seeking forgiveness. So the controversy makes no sense to me. Brendan Fraser is the right actor to play this role, and the film is an exercise in empathy. I mean, I wish I could watch. I would generally go see this movie. It was in a theater close to me, and I can't because I just don't understand this limited release. Put this in every theater. But I like that he's come out and just not laying down or bending the knee, and I think he could have been a little harsher in his response to the criticism, because I think the criticism behind this movie is ridiculous. It's not about the movie. It's about the fact that, Brendan Fraser is 600 pounds, or that they actually have, they show you what it's like to be a person of that size, and the probably the prejudice that they face when they go out in the world, because I'm sure a lot of people it probably doesn't feel good, to go out there and be looked at and stuff. But also maybe there's motivation here to change yourself too. Maybe someone that is that size could see this movie and say, hey, maybe I should change my lifestyle. And isn't that a good thing? These people were talking about one life is enough to shut everything down not that long ago. If one person could change their life from this, shouldn't that be a good thing? Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments below. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Check out my Rumble locals, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my locals.